What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to TB Sports 27. Happy to have you guys here as it is now time for WWE, AEW, Forbidden Door. This is what you guys have been waiting for, the end of the month of September. We are going to stream the first half of this show with you, and then at some point next week, or the week after, whenever we have time, we're going to stream the second half. So 5 matches coming your way today. Hopefully you guys tuned in earlier this morning. We streamed almost 2 hours of MLB The Show, finishing off our series with the St. Louis Cardinals. Go watch that in the archives. It's with in-game commentary. This one got my commentary. So we're at the end of the month of September, and we are jumping into match number 4. The first 3 matches of this show took place on our Twitch channel earlier this week, and the VOD is up right now at patreon.com/tbsports27. Big hello to the folks joining us in the live chat as well. I see one of our loyal viewers, Brian, that's here just about every stream that we do. What's going on, Brian? I know Dan the Legend, SK Money also out there as well. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a spoiler, but you guys should want to know what's going on. If you want to see the matches, again, VOD is up right now at patreon.com/tbsports27. But we kicked off the show with the WWE Heat 0 Hour, Saturday Night Heat 0 Hour. First 3 matches. It was the battle of the Women's Tag Team Champions that was won by AEW, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, Babes of Wrath. Match number 2, the Judgment Day versus the Elite. And it was the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, that got the win over the Judgment Day. And in your main event, the Usos of Evolution Legacy knocked off Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. Again, those matches are up right now at patreon.com/tbsports27. 5 matches for you on the first half, 7 matches coming up in the second half, and we are starting things off in a huge way. And it is going to be a no-holds-barred match. That one ruling just came down before we went live on the air. The negotiations had been going, and you had to know that Hangman Adam Page, CM Punk, the bad blood that these two have had going back 5 years plus since the beginning of AEW, you knew that it couldn't be just a regular singles match, that things were going to get crazy. You guys know the history. If you don't know the history, head on over to anywhere on YouTube, look up the history. It's pretty well known. The Hangman Adam Page, CM Punk history between these two going back that led to Brawl Out, the disagreement. We saw Jack Perry and CM Punk have their rivalry in WWE, concluding with the ambulance match, and now we're seeing Hangman Adam Page and CM Punk for the first time since Brawl Out, about to go one-on-one. So again, AEW is up right now, 2 falls to 1. It is a loaded card. Now, originally, we had been saying all this time a 13-match card. The card was so big, I even had the math off, because we got 7 matches coming up in part 2. We're doing 5 matches today, right? And then we got 3 matches on the Heat 0 Hour, the Saturday Night Heat 0 Hour, for a grand total of 15 matches. So it's 7 plus 5 plus 3, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 matches, not 13 matches. That's how loaded this show is. Those first 3 matches, and I know SK Money and Dan the Legend already checked them out, patreon.com/tbsports27, but the official pay-per-view kicking off, as Brian noting in the chat, a very interesting matchup. Yeah, not the first time. These guys have wrestled in the past. CM Punk and Adam Page, Hangman Page, have wrestled before in All Elite Wrestling, but they have never fought since the infamous Brawl Out. They have not battled since the infamous CM Punk press conference that happened after, what was it, Double or Nothing, the CM Punk famous press conference. So these guys are about to go at it. No holds barred here. And we got a couple of no holds barred battles throughout this show. And here we go. We also got the other members of the New World Order on this show. Coming up on this first half, addition, you're going to see NWO Black and White, NWO Hulkamania, and the Death Riders in a triple threat match. The NWO Hulkamania not representing WWE or AEW, so they're a wild card. And then you have the Tag Team Champions versus Tag Team Champions match, where the NWO of Nick Nemeth and Shawn Michaels will be taking on FTR. That is going to be coming up in part 2. But CM Punk immediately coming off of the top, just splashed down onto Hangman Adam Page, and now Page trying to rip the arm out of the socket there of CM Punk. Match number 4 on the card, the first official match of the premium live event, the pay-per-view here at the first ever, the inaugural WWE AEW Forbidden Door. Adam Page misses with the elbow, and now CM Punk in control. Back elbow, though, by Page. Page with Punk puts him into the corner. Good counter by CM Punk. Tie up, boot to the midsection, tie up again, and Adam Page. Ooh! What's going on, Brian? Hole missed? Is that maybe a little Nia Jax shout out? Ooh, Mongolian chop, maybe a little Tenzan tribute by Punk. Punk again heading up top. Page rolls to the floor. Are we going to get a little Randy Savage here from CM Punk? Yeah, oh no, we're going to get the cross body from Punk. Punk back up on the ring apron with the splash onto Hangman Adam Page. And our first weapon of the day is coming out, and we got the hockey stick. A no-holds-barred battle. CM Punk. And oh, the stick gets stolen away. Adam Page with the hockey stick. Brian, a big fan of the NWO, the New World Order, maybe the Black and White, not so much NWO Hulkamania. Oh my goodness. Dropping Punk right on the back of his head, and here comes Adam Page. Oh, kick to the side of the head as the Hangman. And this is why we went with this no-holds-barred, a relaxed rules matchup, because with the amount of animosity and hatred of these two, you know it couldn't be contained, and it was going to end up being a DQ anyway. We have a couple other matches on the card where you just looked at the competitors and knew it wasn't going to happen one-on-one. We got The Fiend versus Jon Moxley coming up in part 2 in the battle of the United States Champion and the Continental Champion. We also have, later on in this broadcast, in part 1, we have, Punk dropping the elbow. We have the Falls Count Anywhere match between Roman Reigns and Mark Briscoe, the ECW champion, versus the TNT champion Punk. Ducked under by Hangman Page, shot off into the ropes. Page hits the swinging neck breaker onto CM Punk. And only a 1 count. Punk's gonna roll him up, though. He sneaks in, gets the roll up here.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank.
Oh, Punk's got him now. Oh, he wanted to choke out Adam Page. He wanted to stomp a mud hole in the Hangman. It's a long time coming, and the submission is locked in. The crossface locked in by Hangman Page. And CM Punk gives up. CM Punk forced to submit at Forbidden Door. And the ultimate, whether it's revenge, depends on which side you're on. It was Hangman Page on the receiving end of a vicious tongue lashing from CM Punk over the last couple of years. Hangman Page gets the win, and it's got to feel good as he submits CM Punk here. And for CM Punk, who is trying to get back into the championship picture, obviously Gunther is going to have a lot to say about that submission. The Peanut Gallery didn't like that, only gave that one 2 stars, but a submission win for Hangman Page, and that puts up AEW 3-2 so far, with the only win for WWE coming by way of the Usos. So AEW in control here. We move on. It is Mercedes Moné and Rhea Ripley. Now, yes, it says Sasha Banks. You're just going to have to play make-believe because that was the community creation I downloaded, and she was named Sasha Banks. But you know what? Maybe she wanted to be Sasha Banks for WWE one more time. It's kind of like, hey, this is who you let go of. But this is Mercedes Moné, one of the longest reigning, in fact, I think the longest reigning TBS champion in the history of All Elite Wrestling. Not only that, but she's been losing the belts now, but the belt collector, Mercedes Moné, that has been picking up belts from all over the United States, set to go toe-to-toe with Rhea Ripley here. Rhea Ripley just finished an amazing start to this year in Universe Mode, winning the Royal Rumble. She was a double champion, the tag team champions and the women's champion, before losing the title by way of Money in the Bank cash-in to Michin. And once we get through Forbidden Door, Rhea Ripley, has got to get her eyes set on winning back her WWE Women's Championship. But for now, it's two of the top women in the game as Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Moné about to go toe-to-toe here at Forbidden Door. And you're almost getting to must-win territory for World Wrestling Entertainment here. Down 3-1 so far. And I think a lot of people still talking CM Punk. Who would have ever thought that CM Punk would tap out with all the hatred that he had of Hangman Adam Page, that he would submit to the Hangman. But the hold was locked in, and he was able to get the buttons of CM Punk. Hit the right buttons, give Punk to tap out there. Starting things off, chain wrestling here between Ripley and Mercedes Moné here at Forbidden Door. Falls Count Anywhere match coming up next. Our second champion versus champion matchup of the evening. It's going to be ECW champion Roman Reigns versus, oh my god, moonsault from the top by Mercedes Moné. It's going to be ECW champion Roman Reigns versus TNT champion Mark Briscoe in a Falls Count Anywhere match under ECW rules. And Briscoe likes to go no rules as well. Ripley and Moné trading blows. A couple of nice chops by Mercedes Moné. Who is going to get the upper hand of this one? This is why these are two of the top superstars in the game. They are still going. I don't know who got the better of that one. Ripley getting fired up. She is in complete control right now of Mercedes Moné. And I don't know if you guys watched the TNA Sacrifice last night. You know how brutal those kicks to the head could be. And Moné will kick out. Rhea Ripley now hooking in the half crab. Lance Storm watching in and weeping. She has to escape somehow, some way. Mercedes, is going to fight out of it. Sends her off into the buckle, a Superman punch to Rhea Ripley. Oh, and Ripley with the kick out.
Much longer at this stage in the match. Rising to her feet, and she's going to be met with something fierce.
Are we going to get a little bank state? No, wait a minute. Oh, a feast your eyes. Rhea Ripley pulling out a feast your eyes here at Forbidden Door. Ripley shot off. Oh, Mercedes. It's the senton. Cover. And a kick out. Ripley has up Mercedes Mone.
This is going to be bad. Wait a minute. Countered into the
Hurricane Rana head scissors takedown.
Firm control. Oh, what a kick to the face. Oh, my God. Kick.
And Ripley sent out to the floor.
You know she's thinking she can end
You can feel the intensity of this show.
crash and burn.
Company pride on the line and wanting to be the best on the line. What a kick by Mercedes Mone. Reversal. And Ripley back up top. Oh, misses. That's a huge miss. A giant opportunity for AEW to go up 4-1. It's caught by Rhea Ripley in a massive kick. Could that be the knockout blow of Mercedes Mone? It's a riptide by Rhea Ripley.
Now it's a cover. That's gotta be it. No, she kicks out. She kicks out. She was barely able to get that shot.
Mercedes Mone survives. Oh my goodness. What do we got here? Now we're going high risk, guys. Superplex from the top. Right in the center of the ring.
No, she kicks out. I didn't think we'd see a kick out there.
Oh my God. And this is why Mercedes Mone was TBS champion for as long as she was. Ducks the clothesline. Drop down. Leapfrog. Oh, what a counter by Ripley. What a counter from Rhea Ripley. Ripley gonna maintain control. Sets her up for a second riptide. Is that gonna be enough to get WWE back into this one? And WWE is back on the board with their second win of the evening. It's 3-2 AEW.
Ripley's athleticism and ability in the ring. She really
what an intense matchup that was. And now Rhea Ripley refocuses on Bad Blood coming up in October. Looking for that WWE Women's Championship. We now have our second champion versus champion matchup. It is Falls Count Anywhere. It is the ECW champion Roman Reigns going one-on-one with TNT champion Mark Briscoe.
Are you guys ready?
The following champion versus champion contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Making his way to the ring from Delaware, weighing in at 200.
This is a first time ever matchup. Mark Briscoe and Roman Reigns.
Highly anticipated matchup. The competitors.
You're seeing it right here on TV Sports. There's the TNT champ Mark Briscoe. Trying to get AEW back up by 2. Roman Reigns trying to knot this thing up at 3 apiece.
Now's the time. Acknowledge your OTC.
And you can tell what an important evening this is. Other members of the Bloodline. Not with Roman Reigns. The Rock preparing for his I Quit match with Darby Allin coming up in part 2. Jacob Fatu preparing for his Anything Goes Extreme Rules matchup with Jon Moxley coming up in the second half. Champion versus champion.
Heavyweight champion, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
A man who was once one of the most dominant stars in history. Led the original Bloodline with an iron fist. Wait. What do you mean once? Roman is still as dominant as ever.
But one thing's for sure, he is ready to prove that this is still his show, with or without the Bloodline.
ECW champion versus TNT champion. This is under ECW rules. Falls count anywhere. Here we go. A first time ever matchup. Roman Reigns and Mark Briscoe. Ooh. What a neck breaker there by Roman Reigns. Brian's giving his thumbs up for this one. I got Dan the Legend as well, who's hitting me up on Patreon. He's a longtime Patreon supporter. And Dan says he's watching along and he's pumped up, hoping the WWE can get back into this one. SK Money, I think he's at a hockey game right now, but he's probably streaming live from his seat from the 300 section as always. Briscoe out to the floor, falls count. Oh, what just happened there? Ooh. Into the announce table. Champion versus champion. The second one of the evening. The first took place on our Saturday Night Heat 0 Hour, which is up on our Patreon page. And that was between the Babes of Wrath and the Queens of Combat. Steel chair. I think he just put Mark Briscoe with that. Oh, what a counter by Briscoe. Briscoe counters the ECW champion and sends Roman Reigns down to the arena floor.
Returning to the ring now. No way.
Mark Briscoe, crazy Mark Briscoe goes flying across the top rope and sends Roman Reigns into the steel chair.
Okay, Corey.
Did you hear Roman Reigns' head bounce off the chair?
This match turns every possible location into a blank canvas, Cole. There's a level of freedom that just unlocks something in these superstars. It gets them creative in their brutality. Tapping into that freedom and creativity is the key to thriving in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Wow, that was actually kind of
beautiful. Briscoe chair in hand. Now hammering away on the ECW champ into the cover. Falls count anywhere in this champion versus champion battle. And it has been all Mark Briscoe since he went flying over the top rope into Roman Reigns.
Carefully measured knee strikes.
Oh my goodness.
And any one of those shots could take you out for good.
I've been rewatching some of my old Universe Mode stuff because I'm putting together a championship history that I'm going to put up on our Patreon page for you guys. Briscoe goes face first into the barricade. And Roman Reigns had an interesting 2K22 with Retribution. I've been rewatching this stuff. There's some good stuff on there. The archive's on YouTube. Not to pat myself on the back, but we got some good stuff in the archives. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I just got to the point where Roman joined up with the Hangman Empire, and then of course here with the Bloodline, which has been his most successful run to date with this ECW championship that was brought back by Paul Heyman when Kevin Owens took over and gave Paul Heyman, ECW, brought back the title, and, well, it's been Roman, who used to be with Heyman, part of the Heyman Empire, hanging on to the title. Oh, nice Superman punch was avoided by Briscoe.
You can see that each strike drained their opponent's energy.
And Briscoe with the steel chair. Mark Briscoe wearing out the Tribal Chief.
Plenty of damage being dealt here.
But Roman will respond.
The WWE Universe is pouring more fuel on his fire right now.
Mark Briscoe is busted up with those punches. Roman Reigns in control, center of the ring, picks up Mark Briscoe. Like a TKO. And you guys catch the Mark Marrow podcast. Chris Van Fleet. What's going on, Bogus? We got Bogus joining us. We got a packed house tonight. We got Bogus here. We got Dan the Legend joining us. I know SK Money's already reached out earlier. We got Brian in the chat. And Roman Reigns now looking to put away the TNT champion. Mark Briscoe staggering up to his feet. And oh, the spear is countered by Briscoe. Oh, and Mark Briscoe. Oh, maybe tried to do a little too much right there. Oh, landing on the back of his head. That was a huge mistake by Briscoe. An excellent counter of the spear, no questions asked. Bogus asking, do you play or is it all AI? Probably 95% I play. I pick somebody. I don't always win. That's why sometimes, people say it could be a spoiler because you're controlling the winner. No, I lose a lot. In fact, I lost the opening matchup. Oh my God. Jay Driller to Roman on the floor. Into the cover, onto the ECW champion. But every once in a while, if there's a match, like for example, we're going to do our Battle Royal coming up here, I'm going to do all computer for that. Every once in a while, if there's a match from, I'm not sure who would win that one, I'll do a computer versus computer. But for the most part, I'm playing pretty much this entire time. Well, we got blood. It wouldn't be an ECW TNT matchup without blood. Brian's hyped up for the J Driller. And Roman Reigns, falls count anywhere, is going to roll up Briscoe on the floor. Wait a minute, that was nearly the 3 count. Roman Reigns runs right into Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe sends Roman Reigns across the arena. Don't forget, I think maybe Bogus, a first-time viewer, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Check out the archives. Hours and hours of stuff in the archives, and Mark Briscoe hammering away right now at Roman Reigns. This is part 1. We got part 2 of Forbidden Door coming up later on. I don't have an exact date. I'll probably tweet it out, so make sure you're following us on Twitter as well. I'll probably let you guys know over on Twitter when we'll be doing part 2. I won't have time to do it tomorrow, and because it's going to be a 7-match card, it'll be a little longer. So I'll have to let you know when it's going to be. The next couple of weekends are looking kind of busy, but I'll have to find a time to let you guys know. Announce table cleared off. Look at that chair right now. And Roman putting Briscoe up on the table. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh, and Roman. That could have been a lot worse than it ended up being, guys.
Shining wizard will rearrange your face. And now the shoulders down. This might be it.
Cover.
Kicks out before the 2 count.
And it lit the blood all over the mat right now.
Telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
Goodness gracious.
And he slides him back to the mat.
Briscoe sending Roman back into the ring.
He almost got caught by that one.
And he crushes Roman between the eyes. Can AEW get its 4th win of the evening? What a matchup this has been. Death Valley Driver. Are we going to get a little froggy bow by Mark Briscoe? No, Roman Reigns out of the way, and he hits the spear. The missed froggy bow into the spear. And a kick out from Mark Briscoe. The man is a fighter. And now Roman just going to unleash onto Mark Briscoe. Destroying the kendo stick, the Singapore cane. Jawbreaker.
You can pick up your teeth in the third row. And Roman continues to take on damage there.
Reigns needs to collect himself quickly before things get worse.
Briscoe heading up top.
Trying to fight on, but it might be too late.
Calling for Roman. Sidestep by Reigns. And a vicious Samoan headbutt. We might see plenty of those later on this evening when we see Fatu. Oh, sent off into the buckle. No, Fatu doesn't have a match tonight, does he? Because he lost the title. It was supposed to be Fatu and Jon Moxley. So no, there's no Jacob Fatu. I misspoke earlier.
It's holding up now, but
he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
Maybe he'll show up in the Battle Royal. $200,000 Battle Royal.
Well-placed punch, ugly, but effective response.
Mark Briscoe springboard super kick to Reigns.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get the three.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there.
Oh my God, are we going to get another froggy bow here? Yes, sir. He nails it onto Roman Reigns. He's going to go up a second time. And Roman, out of the way once again, hits the spear for the second time. Center of the ring. And the ECW champion is victorious in one hell of a matchup here to tie things up at 3 apiece at Forbidden Door.
Roman Reigns standing tall in victory here tonight.
With a win like this, things have got to taste a little bittersweet right about now.
Actually, Saxton, I imagine the win tastes a lot more like
A bloody war of what will be many more to come. And we got just 2 matches left for you here in this Part 1 broadcast of WWE AEW Forbidden Door. And this next one's going to be interesting. It is a triple threat tornado tag. And it is going to be NWO Black and White, NWO Hollywood, and the Death Riders. NWO Hollywood, as you can see, Hogan, who is a WWE contracted superstar, and MJF, who is an AEW contracted superstar, which means if one of the two of them win, either WWE or AEW can lay claim to the point, or it's going to be a rogue outsider point. But NWO Hulkamania does not represent WWE or AEW, so that's going to be very interesting.
The following contest is a triple threat tag team match.
Here comes the NWO. As we saw CM Punk earlier, still I think a lot of people shocked that he actually tapped out to Hangman Adam Page. A submission victory for Adam Page. I think people figured it could go either way in that one, Punk and Hangman Page, but the fact that Punk tapped out to Hangman, I think, is what shocked folks. Here come the Death Riders, and, well, I don't know if me adding Marina Shafir messed anything up, but their entrance was supposed to be them coming through the crowd. And they're not coming through the crowd, so you guys just have to pretend they came through the crowd. I had them set up with the Shield entrance where they came through the crowd, but like I said, I did do the trio one, but maybe doing a tag team and adding a manager wipes that out, apparently. So just pretend the Death Riders came through the crowd like they normally would, but that's what I get for trying to go the extra mile and doing a creative entrance. Sometimes 2K just says, nope. It said I made a trio and a tag team intro for the Death Riders, both coming through the crowd. Maybe you can see Moxley come through the crowd. But, I don't know. I guess doing a tag match and then assigning a manager wipes that out. But this is NWO Hulkamania. Yeah, it's the first ever black and yellow NWO. And it's three of the most despised men in pro wrestling: Hollywood Hogan, Vince Russo, and MJF. They have added the former Big E, known as Las Vegas Langston. And, well, I think there's going to be a few more members to come from what we understand. We've been hearing some social media rumblings of a social media megastar potentially joining with NWO Hulkamania, whatever that means. So, yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking.
And now here comes the despicable Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who is an AEW contracted wrestler, but he has been the NWO outsider. He's basically this generation's Nash and Hall, showing up without a contract in WWE because Hollywood Hogan has the ironclad contract that Kevin Owens gave him, and he's been able to call the shots, and that's why Vince Russo has been here. That's why MJF has been here, despite neither man holding a contract in World Wrestling Entertainment, and the fact that we don't have a boss right now because The Undertaker took out our owner, Kevin Owens. So here we go. We are tied up again, 3 apiece. Just 2 matches left on part 1 of Forbidden Door. And then part 2 is going to be 7 matches, a majority of them title versus title matches, including our main event of Gunther versus Samoa Joe. And look at this. You're seeing Hogan and Nash momentarily mix it up. So it's Nash and Montez Ford, the Death Riders, and NWO Hulkamania, the black and yellow. And Hogan sent to the floor by Kevin Nash. Ford taking down Claudio Castagnoli. Pac mixing up with Montez Ford. Oh, what a big boot by Hogan, or by Nash rather, onto Hogan. How about that? Cover by Kevin Nash here. This would give WWE the lead, and what a comeback it would be for WWE after we were down about 3 falls to 1 before. And you got Hogan. That would be an interesting matchup to see. Hogan in his prime going up against Claudio Castagnoli. I'd be interested in seeing that. MJF, big scoop and a slam onto Pac. Meanwhile, Claudio, I'm going to say that a lot. See Russo on the outside for NWO Hulkamania, Marina Shafir. Oh, and the bat, maybe Sting, who we're going to see in the second half, going up against The Undertaker. MJF backcracker on the outside of the ring. Meanwhile, Hogan with Montez Ford. Oh my God, Pac with the brain buster onto Ford on the outside of the ring. MJF and Kevin Nash on the floor. A couple of NWO members, and there's the match I want to see. Claudio Castagnoli and Hollywood Hogan. Hogan taken out by Pac. Covered by Castagnoli, and it's broken up by MJF. Montez Ford with the spring crossbody. The springing crossbody. Powerbomb, no, MJF counter, look at Ford. We're still early on in this one. Oh, Hogan sends Kevin Nash straight to the arena floor here. And we got Claudio and Hogan in a standoff right now. Hogan backing off, and he's going to hit Claudio with the Luthez press. Marina Shafir opening up the steal here. Cover. Hogan onto Ford. Broken up by Nash. Look at Nash. Sidewalk slam onto Hollywood. Are we about to see a jackknife, folk? Well, we got a ball bat in the ring still. Ball bat in the ring. And Nash has Hollywood. This takes you back. Jackknife, powerbomb, cover, and it's broken up by Pac of the Death Riders for AEW. The only matchup that is involving a third party. Oh my God, look at Claudio spinning MJF and just sends MJF flying. It is Death Riders and NWO Hulkamania in the ring right now. Leg drop by Hogan. But he would have gone for the pin if it wasn't for Claudio being right there. Nash going to try to steal this one as Hogan hit the leg drop onto Pac. Oh my God, huge lariat. I think there was a low blow. Referee didn't see, but I suppose it is triple threat rules, so you throw the rule book out at that point. Bloodshed in the mix. Wait a minute, we got a cover. Oh, and Nash just kicking out. Springboard by Montez Ford. Vince Russo on the ring apron. Are you kidding me right now? Russo with the distraction. Here comes MJF. Kevin Nash just wiping out everybody. This is like Kevin Nash World War III 98 right now. Just wiping out the whole ring. It's Nash going for the cover on MJF, and there's Pac to break it up. He has broken up a couple of pins here in this one for the Death Riders. You're going to see the leader of the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, and The Fiend to go at it later on this evening. I'm hearing there's negotiations with that. I don't know what that means. You guys are going to have to stay tuned to part 2. But I'm hearing there's negotiations for that matchup as we speak that have been going on all evening. So stay tuned. I feel like something big is about to happen right there. MJF doing his best low-key impression. And NWO Hulkamania in control right now. If MJF or Hogan wants to go for a pin, they might steal a point here. And that's going to really throw things for a loop between WWE and AEW. All tied up at 3 apiece. Oh my God. That was one of the most dangerous things I've ever seen. Montez Ford just got dropped on the back of his head from the inside of the ring to the ring apron. Oh my God. Look at MJF. Oh my goodness, with the moonsault on to Kevin Nash. Springboard moonsault. And a brain buster onto Claudio Castagnoli on the floor. Steel steps being brought over by Hollywood. MJF, is he? Oh, he just hit a pedigree. That's a WWE message right there. Uppercut avoided by Nash. Hogan from behind.
Has to find a way out of this.
And just drops Nash right across the top. Look at Claudio with the backbreaker, and that's a man that's gone through a lot of back surgeries. Cover onto Hollywood for the Death Riders. Pinfall attempt broken up. Meeting of the minds. MJF sent to the floor. Nash goes down. I don't know if that was a quad that went out or what. Nash saving Montez Ford for the NWO right now. Nash is trying to get his hands on somebody. Oh, Stinger splash into the corner. Wait a minute, cover by MJF? Oh, and it's a stolen win for NWO Hulkamania. So let the debate rage on. We had 15 matches, meaning we were guaranteed to have a winner between WWE and AEW. Does MJF, a contracted superstar getting a pinfall win, give a point to AEW even though they're in a rogue organization? I don't know, guys. This is, we're going to have to let the debate continue. Let me know in the comments how we handle this one, but it's NWO Hulkamania is victorious. Or do you take a point away because the Death Riders ate the pin? I don't know. All right, it is time for your Part 1 main event, and it is the 20-man, $200,000 buy-in casino battle royal. And, well, you can see a little bit of the names right there, a little bit of a spoiler. It is 10 superstars from WWE, 10 superstars from AEW. You spend $10,000 to get into the battle royal for a pot of $200,000. The winner takes home $200,000 and takes home a point for their team. We are tied 3-1 right now with one win for NWO Hulkamania. And this is the main event for Part 1, guys. I encourage you guys to hit the subscribe button. Not only check out what we got on Patreon. If you thought this action was good, wait till you see the first 3 matches up on Patreon, all right? Coming up in Part 2, I'm just going to read the exact card as it is for you here. The exact card, Part 2, 7 matches. This is the card from beginning to end coming up in Part 2. WWE Women's Champion Michin versus AEW Women's Champion Tekla. United States Champion The Fiend versus Continental Champion Jon Moxley. And there's currently negotiations going on. I don't know what that means. You're going to want to stay tuned for Part 2 to find out what does that mean. Negotiations for that matchup. NWO Black and White, the WWE Tag Team Champions Nick Nemeth and Shawn Michaels versus FTR, the AEW Tag Team Champions. Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes versus International Champion Kazuchika Okada. So we're kicking things off with 4 champion versus champion matchups. And then here is your triple main event. Darby Allin versus The Rock in an I Quit match. Sting versus The Undertaker. And WWE Champion Gunther versus AEW Champion Samoa Joe. That is all coming up in the second half. You do not want to miss it. And this is an interesting one. Here comes Lionheart, Chris Jericho, the learning tree himself, representing AEW, but we've been hearing rumors. You guys have been hearing rumors all online about Chris Jericho's AEW contract status. Chris Jericho has not been seen in AEW in quite some time, and people are suspecting that a WWE return is imminent, that Tony Khan has not allowed Jericho out of his contract. From what we are understanding in this matchup right here, via Tony Khan, that Chris Jericho is an AEW contracted superstar. So you got 2 AEW superstars in the mix right now, Jericho and Konosuke Takeshita going at it. Everyone that is in this matchup has paid $200,000 or has paid $10,000 to enter, and the winner will take home $200,000 and a point for their team. This is Edge. No, it's not Adam Copeland, but this is our Universe Edge, who is representing WWE. So you got Edge from WWE, Jericho and Takeshita from AEW. This is a 20-man, $200,000 battle royal. As the 4th competitor about to step into the ring here. Look at Jericho. That's one of the biggest lion salts I've seen him pull off in years. Sami Zayn, who's another man. We were talking about CM Punk earlier. Sami Zayn is a man. He was in the finals of the King of the Ring, and he never got his title opportunity after getting screwed by his best friend and the owner of WWE, Kevin Owens. Takeshita about to toss out Jericho. Jericho hanging on for all he's got. So we got 2 AEW representatives, 2 WWE representatives in this 20-man, $200,000 casino battle royal. And Braun Breaker, the former Intercontinental Champion, the WWE sending their 3rd entrant into this matchup here. Oh my God, what a maneuver by. Now it is every man for himself. Yes, you're fighting for company pride here, WWE versus AEW. But this is every man for himself because this is for $200,000. So don't get that twisted. This is a match I would love to see is Edge. Wow, an early exit for the former multiple-time WWE champion. Edge, the first one out, but I would love to see Takeshita and Sami Zayn and Finn Balor of the Bullet Club representing WWE. So WWE sending everybody in right now. And you can see Balor wearing the Bullet Club shirt. The winner of last year's Battle Royal, which was New Japan and WWE, was won by Omos, who is now part of the Bullet Club. Are we going to see Omos in this matchup to defend his crown or not? Powerbomb by Takeshita onto Jericho. And our next entrant about to come in. And it's Angelo Dawkins. So WWE getting a lot of the early numbers here. Here comes Angelo Dawkins. And what a career-making moment this would be for him in his breaking out into the singles career if he can win the $200,000 Battle Royal. Enziguri kick right to Konosuke Takeshita and Chris Jericho. We got Don Callis, who is out here as well. He's going to be representing Kazuchika Okada later on in the evening in the Intercontinental versus International Championship match. And our third AEW competitor, it's Christian Cage. So Christian Cage just missed his best friend Edge being in the mix. But Christian Cage for AEW. And we have not seen any AEW elimination. In fact, Edge has been the only elimination so far in this one. Jericho with Dawkins in the corner, looking to toss Dawkins out. Finn Balor and Christian Cage toe-to-toe. Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Look at Balor. Oh, double stomp onto Christian Cage. And here comes Orange Cassidy. Maybe too much excitement for Orange Cassidy because the man doesn't care. He doesn't care if he's in this match. He doesn't care if he wastes $10,000. He doesn't care if he wins $200,000. Christian just barely hanging on, nearly eliminated. Look at Orange Cassidy with the moonsault there. And Cassidy and Balor. Cassidy sent into the buckle. We got a packed ring right now. Jericho, who is in at number 2, still in this thing. Takeshita, who is in at number 1, still in there. And Jericho, maybe he's trying to get the attention of Kevin Owens, wherever he may be watching. His former best friend. Some of those maneuvers, saying like, hey, I still got something in the tank here. Tie up here, Jericho. Backbreaker to Christian Cage. Wait a minute, Balor just barely trying to hang on, and he is. Zayn nearly has Braun Breaker out. I think Zayn gave up on that one a little early, thinking that Braun Breaker was going to hit the floor there, but that was not the case. Oh my God, we just saw all kinds of action right there. Gut buster. Casino Battle Royal, $200,000 on the line. Everybody paid 10 grand to be in this thing. Now we have gone quite some time without any eliminations. Edge has been the only elimination so far. Takeshita is trying to hang on. Takeshita out, and Braun Breaker is out just like that. And that was Christian Cage who was dumped out. You guys remember Christian and Jericho, former tag team partners back in the early 2000s. No love lost between those two. We just saw 3 rapid-fire eliminations. And Jericho, who comes in at number 2, is still in this thing as we are about to hit the halfway mark.
Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move. Look at this. Are we about to see an elimination?
Desperately trying to avoid getting dumped out of the ring.
Peanut Gallery already giving this one 4.5 stars. Oh my God, Orange Cassidy. Man is slippery, without question. Dawkins hanging on for all he's got. Cassidy sends Jericho into the buckle, and here comes Balor fighting back, and a code breaker right in front of Chris Jericho to Cassidy. Dawkins is eliminated, so no $200,000 for Angelo Dawkins. And number 10 from AEW is Bandito, the current Ring of Honor World Champion. Oh my God, what a kick by Bandito, about beheaded Orange Cassidy. Jericho, is this finally going to be it? What a run for Jericho. No, Jericho is going to hang on. No, is he going to? For everything he's got, and Chris Jericho just barely is going to survive and stay in the Battle Royal. Meanwhile, it's Finn Balor who gets tossed by Jericho instead. So Jericho, who we haven't seen in months on television, having a hell of a run in this Battle Royal. And here comes Bandito's tag team partner, Brody King. Brodito.
Put you right to sleep. Right to the kidneys from behind.
So it is AEW heavy right now with Sami Zayn in the mix. Nice bulldog by Orange Cassidy, and there's going to be entrant number 12, I believe we have coming in to the $200,000 Battle Royal. And it's Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, which means much like Edge, Seth Rollins pulling double duty here tonight because they both wrestled earlier on Sunday Night Heat, and now they are coming in to this Battle Royal. And there is Jericho finally out. What a run by Jericho. But double duty for members of the Judgment Day here. I neglected to mention that earlier when Edge was in there. But yeah, Edge and Rollins both wrestled earlier in the evening, so they were able to get 2 spots on the card here. And here's Ricochet, the controversial Ricochet. He's made a mess of himself on social media as of late. Formerly wrestled in Our Universe mode in WWE as Ricochet and as Prince Puma. But is coming in the former AEW National Champion. Meanwhile, Mr. Money in the Bank and the Ring of Honor Champion going at it. Seth Rollins, a former Ring of Honor Champion himself. Look at Brody King. The Springboard. And Randy Orton, the leader of Evolution Legacy. And immediately runs into Mr. Money in the Bank. Ooh. Complete chaos right now in this Battle Royal. Brody King? No, he's able to hang on. Look at Bandito, who's had an excellent run here. Bandito and Randy Orton. Give me that matchup. That's what I want to see. And look at this. Well, we all thought this man was retired, but with 200 grand on the line, Bryan Danielson, a future WWE Hall of Famer, I would have to imagine, but he's representing AEW here tonight in the $200,000 Casino Battle Royal. And the first time we've seen Bryan Danielson in a ring in quite some time. Jay White, he's someone that's been on the shelf for a number of months, making his unofficial return. We saw him at G1 Supercard last year, representing New Japan. We saw him make a couple of WWE appearances as well last year. That is in the archives. Jay White, though, that might have been a quick elimination. How about, you talk about dream matches, we're getting a little taste of them here. We saw Bandito and Randy Orton. What about Jay White and Seth Rollins? You tell me that wouldn't be an incredible battle? We're getting a little taste of some various dream matches right now.
Getting set up in the corner now.
Bandito's been hanging in there for quite some time. We have 5-6 entrants left here in the $200,000 Battle Royal. Feast your eyes. Randy Orton got eliminated in all the chaos. The leader of Evolution Legacy is tossed out. We saw the Usos earlier in the evening. We got Cody Rhodes of Evolution Legacy to battle Okada in the second half of this event. There goes Ricochet. I think a lot of people excited about that. He has not been making a lot of friends as of late, backstage or amongst the pro wrestling universe. Bandito, or rather that's Jay White. I thought that was Bandito for a moment. It was Bandito, Brodito were fighting. Orange Cassidy's been hanging around for a little bit here as well. Orange Cassidy with Mr. Money in the Bank in the corner. And out goes Seth Rollins. Mr. Money in the Bank is tossed by Orange Cassidy, and number 17 is AJ Styles of Bullet Club. Jay White just eliminated by Orange Cassidy. Could the sleeper pick be the one, Orange Cassidy, to win this Battle Royal? The Phenomenal One, no, tosses Cassidy out, and now, oh, this is a matchup I would have loved to have seen. Obviously, in real life, AJ Styles just retired, but Bandito and AJ Styles? Are you kidding me? The matchup that we could have had with those two. Kyle Fletcher, another representative of the Don Callis family. So what do we got here? We got 4. Well, we got 3 for AEW as Bandito just got tossed by AJ Styles, and what a run by Bandito. So we got 3 AEW superstars, and we got AJ Styles from WWE. Kyle Fletcher, yes, the proto star. Mixing it up with Bryan Danielson in your main event of part 1 of Forbidden Door. Who's going to take the lead as we go into part 2? And it's Mustafa Ali from WWE. And if you guys watched our Universe Mode last year, those are words you never thought you would have heard. The leader of Retribution, the Rogue leader, now representing WWE. And AJ Styles eliminated. So we're down to these 4 men plus the final entrant in the $200,000 Battle Royal. And it's the High Chief Peter Maivia representing WWE, who's already won 1 Battle Royal this year. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And Brody King is out. So we're down to the final 4. The High Chief, Mustafa Ali, Protostar Kyle Fletcher, and Bryan Danielson. Who's going to give their company the lead, and who's going to take home $200,000 as we are down to the final 4 men. What a spot for the High Chief. As we said, a man that's already won a Battle Royal. Bryan Danielson eliminated, so for AEW, their last hope is Don Callis' Protostar Kyle Fletcher. High Chief, what a back elbow by the High Chief.
Measured up nicely.
Ooh, right between the eyes of Mustafa Ali.
Nice drop kick. Uses an elbow to disrupt that attack.
We are down to the final 3 men that have paid their $10,000 to enter the casino. Look at Peter Maivia just throwing Mustafa Ali around. Just grounding and tossing him. Look at Kyle Fletcher. We've seen a lot of bloodshed. I mean, it wouldn't be an AEW promoted show without a bit of bloodshed.
He's taking a bit of damage from these blows.
Peter Maivia not backing down at all.
What a shot.
Oh, that was a lot of distance for Ali to have to cover there. And was able to get Kyle Fletcher up for the suplex. Like, Kyle Fletcher momentarily is going to put the brakes on just right there.
Almost over the rope, struggling to stay in this match.
His little elbow shot to the top of the head. An already busted open Fletcher. Oh, look at the strength of the High Chief clinging on to Kyle Fletcher and hitting him with several Samoan headbutts, which is the second set. I guess technically the third set, because we saw the Usos earlier. We had Roman Reigns and Mark Briscoe, but a lot of Samoan headbutts in this matchup. And High Chief waiting for Mustafa Ali. No, he decided to go after Fletcher. Samoan drop onto Kyle Fletcher. $200,000 on the line. The final three. Headbutt by Peter Maivia. The winner of this year's Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, Fletcher.
Leaning on the turnbuckle here.
Oh, what a kick to the High Chief. Fletcher.
Uh-oh, double underhook. This is going to be nasty. Oh, my goodness.
Dropping Mustafa Ali on his head. Can Fletcher... Oh, no, it's a reversal by Mustafa Ali. What a reversal, but Fletcher hangs on.
Oh, man,
Kyle Fletcher will hold on here.
Oh, and it's reversed.
And these final three, they have hung on here.
Oh, yes. What a suplex.
But we might get a lot of rapid-fire eliminations like we just saw a couple moments ago.
Bang. He finds a counter.
Guys, we have streamed over 3 hours with you guys today. We appreciate those of you that have hung on with us, hung out with us in your support of TB Sports. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, let a friend know that we're here. We're trying to break 1,000 subs, so let somebody know that we are here. Support us on Patreon if you want to see us keep going. We've been going over 5 years now since the rebirth of TB Sports here. And if Ali, if he wanted to jump in and double team, it might be beneficial here to make it an all WWE finale, but instead, yeah, Mustafa Ali's just going to hang back. Oh, drop kick. Good Lord, that spine like bent in half. Holy smokes. Forearm shot. Fletcher. And Ali with the brain buster. You know, Fletcher's about to master the brain buster himself. We've mentioned CM Punk. We've mentioned Sami Zayn. Mustafa Ali is somebody else that's been clamoring for a world title shot. He won the WWE Championship. We talked about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He won the main event of WrestleMania, defeating Kevin Owens to unify all the titles in the WWE Triple Crown. Lost the title at Backlash in the Fatal 4-Way match, and with Kevin Owens being the boss, he has not gotten another shot at the WWE Championship again. A 3-time WWE champion is Mustafa Ali, and with Kevin Owens out of the picture with Paul Heyman in charge, and maybe winning this Battle Royal for WWE, could that be his opportunity to get his shot against Gunther for the WWE Championship? Kyle Fletcher maybe looking for the brain buster, not quite. Well, Michael Cole said it was like a modified buster.
And he's stumbling to his feet, unaware of his surroundings.
The bloodshed of Fletcher. Ali is eliminated. So for all the talk, it is not going to be Mustafa Ali. It's going to be Kyle Fletcher of AEW and High Chief Peter Maivia. If someone said, who are the final two in a battle royal of WWE and AEW, and you told them Kyle Fletcher and High Chief Peter Maivia, I think they wouldn't believe you, but here we are. The High Chief, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, Kyle Fletcher. Former multiple-time AEW champion. The Proto Star is $200,000 richer. Don Callis could not be happier right now.
Look at the superstar who outlasted all
the Proto Star has turned 10,000 into 200,000. AEW takes a 4-3 lead going into part 2 of Forbidden Door with just 7 matches left to go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for part 1 of Forbidden Door, and we'll see you guys in part 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. What an awesome event this has been.